Another day, another story. Welcome back, viewers. Today we will discuss how much body language plays an important role in our life. When properly used, body language can be your key to greater success. It can help you develop positive business relationships, influence and motivate the people who report to you, improve productivity, bond with members of your team, and present your ideas with more impact. What to avoid? Negative body language include nail biting, suggesting insecurity or stress. Locked ankles, also associated with anxious thoughts. Rapid blinking, which may indicate uncertainty or concern. Tapping/drumming fingers, often a mark of impatience or boredom. Fidgeting, more evidence that someone's disinterested or distracted. What to practice positive body language? Have an open posture. Be relaxed, but don't slouch. Sit or stand upright and place your hands by your sides. Avoid standing with your hands on your hips, as this can communicate aggression or a desire to dominate. Use a firm handshake. But don't get carried away. You don't want it to become awkward, aggressive, or painful for the other person. Maintain good eye contact. Try to hold the other person's gaze for a few seconds at a time. In business, people from the US, Europe, Australia will expect you to maintain eye contact 50 to 60% of the time. This will show them that you're sincere and engaged. But avoid turning it into a staring contest. Avoid touching your face. If you do this while answering questions, it can be seen as a sign of dishonesty. While this isn't always the case, you should still avoid fiddling with your hair or scratching your nose, so that you convey trustworthiness. Smile. Warm, sincere smiles are attractive, reassuring, and infectious. Interestingly, body language is the use of physical behavior, expressions, and mannerisms to communicate nonverbally. Nonverbal behaviors can allow people to be at ease, build trust and connections with others. However, they can also confuse others, generate tension, and even create an uncomfortable environment. Remember, every action plays a crucial role in your success in all manners. Being able to understand one's body language has always been interesting for me personally, as I have been in situations where, despite what one person says, their body language communicates something different or vice versa. Body language is something that is usually natural and is often done instinctively rather than consciously. Successful speaking is about power used benevolently. Good or honest speakers don't need to manipulate audiences. Facial expressions. There are 6 universal expressions: surprise, happiness, anger, fear, sadness, and disgust. Facial expressions play a prominent role in conversations, as individuals can perceive facial expressions, helping them to read the situation. Body movement and posture. Your body movement and posture include aspects such as sitting, walking, standing, bearing, stance, and even subtle movements. Gestures. Personally, I talk with my hands quite often, especially when I am talking about topics for which I am incredibly passionate. For me, it helps me get my ideas across, as it helps process and express my thoughts more effectively. Whenever I talk with my hands, I can think from thoughts more clearly, and at times, my hands help me get my point across more than my vocal features. Lower your vocal pitch. In the workplace, the quality of your voice can be a deciding factor in how you are perceived. Talk with your hands. Brain imaging has shown that the region called Broca's area, which is important for speech production, is active not only when we are talking, but also when we wave our hands. Whenever I encourage clients to incorporate gestures into their deliveries, I find that their verbal content improves, their speech is less hesitant, and their use of fillers, ums and ahs, decreases. Experiment with this and you'll find that the physical act of gesturing helps you form clearer thoughts and speak in tighter sentences with more declarative language. Reduce nervous gestures. When we are nervous or stressed, we all pacify with some form of self-touching, non-verbal behavior. We rub our hands together, bounce our feet, drum our fingers on the desk, play with our jewelry, twirl our hair, fidget. Stillness sends a message that you're calm and confident. Listen well. If you want people to speak up, don't multitask while they do. Avoid the temptation to check your text messages, check your watch, or check out how the other participants are reacting. Instead, focus on those who are speaking by turning your head and torso to face them directly and by making eye contact. Leaning forward, nodding, and tilting your head are other nonverbal ways to show you're engaged and paying attention. It's important to hear people. It's just as important to make sure they know you are listening. Mirror expressions and postures. When clients or business colleagues unconsciously imitate your body language, it's their way of non-verbally saying that they like or agree with you. When you mirror other people with intent, it can be an important part of building rapport and nurturing feelings of mutuality. Mirroring starts by observing a person's facial and body gestures, and then subtly letting your body take on similar expressions and postures. Doing so will make the other person feel understood and accepted. Keep your arms in neutral. Self-consciousness in speaking means you're apt to do everything with your arms except what they're meant to do at the start of a presentation: hang at your sides. That's the neutral position. From here, you can bring your arms up to make gestures naturally. Keeping them above the waist at all times only calls attention to them. Watch your hands and legs. Be careful about touching your face or neck. Both indicate that you feel anxious, nervous, or afraid. Making a steeple with your hands or holding your palms out can imply confidence. Try to keep your legs in a V shape to display confidence. You can also keep them in a smaller V to remain neutral. There are exceptions which we'll cover below, but keep these shapes in mind when trying to look confident. The seated parallel legs cue. This is when a woman crosses her legs and relaxes one leg on top of the other. The most eye-catching of all leg postures, this leg cue is primarily done by women, for obvious reasons, and gives off strong sex appeal and attraction. Hope so. Today's video was enough informative to understand nonverbal cues and helpful to know best practices to use in future. Keep watching and subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching.